The proctor comes in and tells the young hopeful ninjas that they have to actually conduct a preliminary exam before the real third Chunin exams. He tells them that anyone who doesn't feel in good physical shape is allowed to leave the stage at this point. Sasuke's curse mark starts to give him trouble. He feels pain from it. Sakura tries to convince Sasuke not to continue the exam as he's too weak because of the mark. Sasuke tells her to shut up. He wants to continue the fight. Then Kabuto raises his hand and tells the proctor that he is too weak and he wants to leave. Naruto questions him why he doesn't stay, but Kabuto plays the victim and tells him that he is exhausted, and after the hit he got from Dosu, he can't hear with his left ear. Sakura is about to raise her hand and tell the examiners about Sasuke's mark, but he stops her, telling her not to dare to do that. He tells her that he doesn't care if he's going to become a Chunin or not. All he wants to do is fight great warriors so he can open his maximum potential. He tells Naruto that he is one of the great ninja that he wants to fight. Lord Hokage tells Anko to let Sasuke to continue the exam, and if something starts to happen with him because of the curse mark, she will intervene right away. The third proctor tells them there is no rules for the preliminary exam. They fight to the death, or if someone is physically too weak, he will be disqualified. And if he considers he will intervene to stop the fight and save as many lives as possible, he will do so. First match is between Sasuke and Yoroi. They get on the stage and start the fight. Sasuke cannot use his chakra and the Sharingan because of the mark on his body. It makes him weaker. Yoroi gets him on the ground and places his hand on Sasuke's forehead and sucks the chakra out of him. Yoroi keeps draining chakra out of him. Sasuke realizes he needs to do something about it. If not, Yoroi is going to steal all of his chakra. From Orochimaru's thoughts, we learn that Yoroi has a special ninja ability in his fingertips. He can drain the spiritual and physical powers from his opponent. Orochimaru hopes Yoroi will drain all his powers, and the curse that he put on Sasuke will take over his body and his mind. Sasuke manages to kick Yoroi away from him. Yoroi calls him a genin pig. When Naruto sees this, he yells at Sasuke, telling him what's happening. He's calling himself a true Uchiha, and he lets this loser be all over him? At this point, Sasuke sees Rock Lee next to Naruto, and he remembers Rock Lee's technique that he learned when fighting him, and uses it on Yoroi. With a big kick in the chin, he sets Yoroi in the air, flying, while flying in the air behind him. Sasuke tries to perform a dancing leaf shadow when the curse marks start to appear all over his body, and the power of the curse tries to take control over him. But Sasuke doesn't allow the curse mark to spread on him. He manages to retrieve it. He unleashes a powerful lion's barrage into Yoroi's chest. The proctor checks Yoroi's body and declares that the winner of this fight is Sasuke Uchiha. Rock Lee and his sensei Might Guy are surprised and impressed how quick Sasuke copied their fighting technique. The next fight is between Shino from Group 10 and Zaku, the one that Sasuke broke his arms. They engage in the fight, and Zaku lands an ultrasound strike on Shino, and he falls on the ground. Back where Sasuke and Kakashi are, we see that Kakashi is putting a curse seal on Sasuke's body. He is in big pain while the curse seal enters his body. Kakashi tells Sasuke that the power of the seal is related to the power of his own will, and if at one point his willpower will be weak, the curse will take over again. Sasuke faints because of how exhausted he is. Then Orochimaru appears there and tells Kakashi that it's been a long time since they've seen each other, and how grown he is, and asks how dare he puts the curse sealings on Sasuke. Orochimaru tells him that no offense, but he's there not for him but after Sasuke. Kakashi asks him what he wants from the boy. Orochimaru tells him that the last time they met, he didn't have that gift in his left eye, the Sharingan, and he is thinking that it's not fair. He wants that Uchiha clan power too. Orochimaru explains that in the Sound Village, everybody is curious about Kakashi and how he managed to create it. And to play the game he wants, he needs chess pieces on the board. And Sasuke is a valuable piece he needs. Kakashi warns him if he does one more step forward, one of them will die right there. Orochimaru laughs and tells him that eventually Sasuke will search for him because of the powers Sasuke wishes for. Then he leaves. Then, Shino gets up from the ground and tells Zaku to give up, that this is his only option if he wants to survive. He refuses and stretches his second arm. He was faking all this time that his second arm was broken. Shino performs his parasite Jitsu and warns Zaku that if he doesn't give up, the parasites will drain his chakra in less than a minute. Zaku tries to perform his air sound Jitsu when Shino's parasites that were inflicted stopped the air to come out of the pipes and slowly blowed his arms. The proctor checks Zaku and his body and declares Shino the winner. The next fight is announced and it's between Kankuro and one of Kabuto's teammates. Kankuro tricks the guy by replacing himself with his crow. Then the crow traps the guy and strings the poor guy so hard that he faints and Kankuro is declared the winner. The fourth fight, well, guess who it is? That's right, it's between Sakura and Ino, the big rivals for Sasuke's heart. They both put their ninja's head bandage on and engage in the fight. Sakura does 2 clones of herself and sends her chakra into her feet before hitting Ino with a giant kick. Ino gets up and the fight continues. They've been fighting for 10 minutes already and both of them are determined to win. Ino cuts her hair and throws it on the ground, then she prepares to perform her transfer mind jutsu. But Sakura warns her that she will dodge the mind transfer jutsu and she will be trapped outside her body and lose. Ino tricks her by pretending that she is doing mind transfer jutsu, but she actually does a trap jutsu and forms a powerful net from her hair that was on the ground the entire time, catching Sakura from her feet. And now she easily does her mind transfer jutsu, putting Ino into Sakura's body. She tries to raise the hand of Sakura to give up for the fight, but Naruto loudly screams at Sakura not to give up. Sakura's spirit starts to wake up. She struggles to kick Ino's spirit out from her body, and in the end she manages to kick her out. Exhausted, they engage again in a hand-to-hand combat. They punch each other and knock each other out at the same time. Since both of them cannot continue the fight, the proctor declares that the fight is over and both participants are disqualified. The next fight, the 5th one, is between Temari and Tenten. They start the fight and Tenten strikes first. But she misses her target, and after 2 more attempts she fails to hit Temari. Tenten is no match for Temari. Temari does her wind scythe jutsu. She cannot escape the powerful wind current she is trapped in, and Temari completely destroys Tenten, winning this match easily. In the next fight, the 6th one, it's between Shikamaru and Kin. Kin tries her tricks with the sound on Shikamaru, but it doesn't work. Shikamaru easily defeats her with his shadow control jutsu by smashing her head into the wall. The next fight, the 7th one, is between Naruto and Kiba with his dog, Akamaru. Kiba gathers his strength and performs a ninja art of beast mimicry, all 4 jutsu, and with lightning speed hits Naruto in the chest and drops him on the ground. Everybody thinks that Naruto is done. He won't be able to get up. Despite the confidence that Kiba has that Naruto is finished, he gets back on his feet and tells Kiba never again to underestimate him. Rock Lee is impressed and inspired. And also Naruto tells him that he frankly hits like an old lady and that the puppy he has would do a better job than him. Kiba is furious at him and throws some purple grenades at Naruto. Naruto cannot see anything in that smoke. Kiba lands a couple of hits on Naruto. Naruto tries to get out from the smoke, but Akamaru pushes him back. Akamaru gets out from the smoke and Kiba praises him for being a good dog. But actually, Naruto performed a dog clone and bites Kiba on his hand. Naruto is embarrassed because Kiba smells worse than a dog. While Naruto holds the dog in his hands, Kiba throws a pill into the dog's mouth and Akamaru turns brown. Akamaru jumps on his back and he performs ninja art of beast mimicry. Kiba eats something too and Akamaru transforms into Kiba's clone. That pill doubles the power of the chakra. They attack Naruto with all the force they have, and everybody is concerned for Naruto. Naruto dodges all their attacks, but Kiba does Man-Beast Taijutsu ultimate technique Fang over Fang and hits Naruto with his crazy spin. Naruto falls down and blood starts coming out from his head. Kiba laughs at him and tells him that he's going to be Hokage. And he also tells Naruto that a weakling like him would never be Hokage. Then we see Hinata, concerned for Naruto, and she thinks that being weak, well, that's something Naruto has never been. Not weak. And like herself, Naruto always believed in himself. It was amazing to see how difficult it was for him, but he never gave up, even if nobody believes in him or respects him. Naruto gathers his strength and gets on his feet, telling Kiba that he is top dog over there. Kiba tells him that he's going to make sure he's not going to get back up on his feet anymore, and attacks him again with his Man-Beast Taijutsu ultimate technique Fang over Fang, and Naruto jumps quickly over the crazy spin. Kiba throws the purple balls again and does the big smoke thingy, and pushes Naruto back into the cloud. Kiba throws again the balls and does a bigger cloud of smoke. Naruto can't see anything. Kiba keeps attacking Naruto in the cloud. Naruto loses track who is Kiba and who is Akamaru, but he comes up with a clever idea to become Kiba's clone. Then the cloud vanishes, and there are 3 Kibas. But Kiba tells him that he can identify who is Naruto because he can sense his smell, and punches one of the clones. Kiba's clone drops on the ground and transforms into Akamaru. Kiba is shocked that he didn't recognize the real dog. He turns around and punches the other clone. That one transforms into Akamaru too. He got fooled. Then the real Naruto lands a kick straight into his chin, and Kiba falls down on the ground. Kiba watches Akamaru, exhausted, laying on the floor. Kiba furiously attacks Naruto again and hits him. He's way too fast for Naruto. Kiba keeps beating him and exhausting Naruto, and when Kiba is about to land a hit from the back, Naruto tries to perform one of his jutsu and accidentally lands a fart on Kiba's nose. And because Kiba's smelling sense is way more developed than a regular human, Kiba is so disgusted that he can't fight anymore. Who said that Naruto ran out of gas? Because of this, he has time to perform his shadow clone jutsu. He does multiple clones and attacks Kiba and kicks him into the air, and while Kiba is falling down, Naruto hits him in the head and finishes him off, and Naruto is declared the winner of the match. Sakura and Rock Lee cheer for him. Naruto is feeling he's getting much stronger with every fight he has. While he's going to his group, Hinata stops and offers him a healing ointment. He thanks her a lot. Naruto is amazed how quick the ointment is working, and gives it to Sakura too. But he doesn't know that it is actually the spirit of the nine-tailed fox who cures him fast. The next fight is between Hinata and Neji Hyuga. Neji advises Hinata to abandon at once because she doesn't have a chance against him. She doesn't want to leave the fight. Neji uses his Byakugan to read Hinata and tells her everything that she's thinking in the last minute. He's trying to intimidate her. Hinata has a scared look on her face, but Naruto is driven crazy from Neji's speech and tells Hinata to kick this guy's butt. Encouraged by Naruto, she activates her Byakugan too. They engage in a fight, a hand-to-hand combat. Both of them show really good technique and control. Byakugan Ai's taijutsu gives the ability to see the opponent's chakra network and to strike where the opponent is the most weak and kill them from one blow. When it seems like Hinata landed a perfect hit on Neji, it turns out that her strike didn't do any damage to him because Neji could see her chakra points all this time. Kakashi explains that in the chakra network there are 316 control points, and hitting one of them directly affects the chakra flow. By doing this, someone can control his opponent's chakra flow completely. This is what Neji does now to Hinata. She drops on the ground and Neji tells her again to leave the match because she is out of her league. She gets up, but blood comes out of her mouth. She starts to fight again, but she really is no match for Neji. Hinata, encouraged by Naruto, engages Neji into a hand-to-hand, but she loses it again. Her heart almost stops. The proctor wants to declare Neji the winner, but Naruto stops him and tells him that the fight is not over yet and encourages Hinata to continue the fight. She gets up. Everybody is amazed. She tells Neji that he's just torn up because of the fate of the head of the Hyuga clan. This pisses him off, and Neji tries to finish her, but all the senseis intervene and stop him. Neji turns to Naruto and calls him a loser and tells him to stop his stupid cheering and to know his place. Naruto wants to fight him, but Rock Lee stops him and tells him that that's against the rules. Hinata faints anyway, and the doctors hurry to take her to the emergency room. The next fight is between Rock Lee and Gaara. Lee cheers happily since he is next to fight, because he's so bored waiting for his turn. The fight starts and Lee tries to kick Gaara, but he stops the hit and strikes back with a sand attack from his gourd. Lee attacks again, but Gaara easily counters back all his attacks. Gaara gets mad and asks Lee if he's finished entertaining him and attacks. Lee can't keep up with Gaara's strikes. Sakura asks why Lee uses only taijutsu and why he doesn't use ninjutsu. His sensei, Might Guy, explains that Lee doesn't possess any ninjutsu or genjutsu. He only has taijutsu. While dodging one of Gaara's attacks, Lee slips on the sand and falls down, and everyone thinks it's over, but Lee flies into the air and stops on top of a statue that's in the room. At this moment, Might Guy tells Lee that he can take off the weights from his legs. Everybody thinks that those weights are nothing unusual, but when Lee drops them on the ground, they smash the ground with the power of a 36-ton semi-truck. Sakura is in total shock. Now, Lee can move as fast as lightning. Super fast. Gaara is overwhelmed by his speed. Lee is like fireworks around Gaara, and with an upper kick strikes Gaara in the head, then follows with a punch in the face, which drops him down in an instant. At this moment, Gaara's inner demon starts to wake up, and small pieces of sand start to fall apart from his face. Gaara, with a demonic face, asks Lee if this is all that he has. Lee unleashes his hand bandages and forms a wind circle around him, and with a series of kicks, blows Gaara into the air. While in the air, Lee bandages him and performs Primary Lotus Taijutsu on Gaara, and smashes him into the ground, making a big explosion. Everyone thinks that Gaara is finished, but no. He replaced his body with a sand clone of himself. Might Guy asks how it's possible to do that. Kakashi tells him that when he closed his eyes to pray, Lee did the same, and that's when Gaara switched the bodies, a big mistake for Lee. Gaara emerges from the sand behind Lee with a demonic smile on his face and attacks Lee with some big waves of sand. He can't defend himself against those. Sakura asks why Lee doesn't dodge the attack. Kakashi explains that the Primary Lotus attack is like a sword with a double edge. It's got a good side and a bad side. It's a forbidden jutsu, and after it's performed, it exhausts the body completely. That's why Lee cannot dodge the attack. Gaara smashes Lee into the wall. He comes back into the center of the arena and smiles. He's not done yet. Might Guy is saying that the Leaf Village Lotus blossoms twice, which means that Lee can perform a hidden Lotus Jutsu, and he can access and open 5 inner gates. This will activate that forbidden jutsu, which will give him access to superpowers. But there is a big risk of killing yourself by opening those inner gates, which controls your chakra. Kakashi tells Might Guy he should stop Lee because he might die, but Guy tells him that Lee is here to prove something, that he is worthy to be a genin. Gaara tells Lee that the match is over, but Lee responds that he is the one who's going to lose and opens the 3rd inner gate of life. This transforms him into something that looks like a red Super Saiyan with tremendous chakra burning around him. He opens the 4th gate, the Gate of Pain, and we see a raging, bushy-brow Hulk burning. And with a lightning speed, he kicks Gaara into the air. Gaara is barely holding it against Lee, and his sand guard is falling apart. While in the air, Gaara is getting hit from everywhere with the speed of light. Now Lee opens the 5th gate, which is the Gate of Closing. Gaara is shocked. He can't believe what's happening because no human couldn't possibly move like this. And with a big punch to the body, Lee performs Hidden Lotus on Gaara and smashes him into the ground like a meteorite. Gaara is heavily breathing, staring towards Lee. Unbelievable he managed to survive that. He raises his hand and starts to perform his sand coffin jutsu while laying on the ground. Lee is trying to avoid that, but his left arm and leg are caught in the sand. He tries to escape, but the sand trap is too strong, and he drops on the ground unconscious. Gaara attempts to kill him, but Might Guy intervenes and stops the sand attack. Gaara is surprised and asks why he saved him. He failed. Guy is saying that he is his student, and Guy thinks that he's precious to him, a feeling that Gaara will never understand. Gaara becomes the winner. The doctor tells Guy that there are bones fractured and muscle tears throughout Lee's whole body, and that he might not be able to fight ever again. And we're left with the last two competitors. These are Dosu and Choji. The fight begins and Choji performs his human boulder jitsu on him, but Dosu stops him with a punch in his round belly and pulses him with the ultrasound jitsu. And Choji is finished. Easy peasy. No struggle at all for Dosu. Lord Hokage congratulates all the remaining participants and tells them that the final exam will be taking place in a month from now. This is to provide the participants with time to improve themselves because they saw each other's skills, and this is no longer a fair fight, so they will be provided with time to properly train and prepare for the last exam, and learn some new tricks along the way. Then the remaining participants take a sheet of paper from a box that Anko is holding. Lord Hokage explains how the last tournament is going to work, and the fights are paired up ahead of time. Dosu will fight Insect Guy Shino. Gaara will fight Sasuke. Naruto will fight Neji. Lord Hokage explains that in the final exam, there will be several judges who will decide who will be granted Chunin title, and they will evaluate the participants' skills, and that there can be all of them becoming Chunin or none of them. Even if someone loses a match, they still have the chance to become a Chunin. Kabuto meets Orochimaru and provides him with the intel that he gathered from that preliminary exam. Orochimaru reveals his evil plan to start a war between the countries and nations because they have been prospering in peace for too long. And the trigger that he wants for his plan to work is Sasuke. Orochimaru tells Kabuto that if he wants to stop him, he should kill Sasuke now, because there will be no other chance to stop his plan. Back at the hospital room where Sasuke is recovering, we see Kabuto actually trying to kill Sasuke. Orochimaru wasn't expecting that from Kabuto, and indeed he tries to kill Sasuke, but Kakashi-sensei stops him on time from doing that. They have a conversation, and Kakashi tries to find out some information from Kabuto, but he manages to trick Kakashi with a substitution clone and jump through the window.